guys, what's up? This is Shay. Welcome back to my channel. I just found out that the show Have and Have Nots just returned. I wasn't sure if I was going to do the season. The last season was a little boring to me. But okay, this is season 6, episode 12. In His Eyes recap. Now, to me, didn't too much happen on tonight's episode. I guess Tyler Perry is gearing up for an explosive season finale. We left off last week with Wyatt holding a statue over Jim's head. I'm thinking, is this man really going to smash his daddy upside the head? Of course he didn't. Jim just gets up, flushes Wyatt non-prescription medication down the toilet. Getting off the topic, I don't think last week of the Have and Have Nots was all that great, so I didn't do a review on it. But watching this season trailer for the upcoming season, the narrator said that this season is going to be a can't miss a single episode. So I hope they live up to the hype. Also, based off the trailer, it seems like some huge character are going to die. Characters, may I add. And when I say huge, I mean like the starring characters, like possibly Catherine, Candace, Veronica, Jim, or David. I digress. It is good to see Catherine and Jim working together in a good way and not working together to commit crimes. They trying to get Wyatt back on track. Wyatt seems to be extremely high at this stage when he holds that statue over his dad's head and pretty much throws his mother to the ground. I mean, things doesn't look good for Wyatt and this upcoming season, I must say. I also said Wyatt never had a storyline, and I really never covered Wyatt in my past Have and Have Nots reviews. But it seems like they are trying to make his character a little more interesting this season. Anywho, Wyatt shows up at the bar with no cash. He wanted to purchase drugs. Of course, the bartender was like, you know, hey, let him have it. You know, he's a rich kid. Sell it to him. You get your money. That Candace has Wyatt money coming out at the midnight. Well, it will be interesting to see if Candace gets her hands on the money. I don't blame this guy for being a bit suspicious of Wyatt. You know, thinking this was a setup, because Wyatt could have been an undercover cop. Because one reason, who comes back the very next day after purchasing that amount of drugs that he did the day before? I always think a setup as well. Meanwhile, back at the mansion, we have Jim and Catherine. They were going back and forth regarding who was the better parent. We all know, and they also know, that they both was horrible, neglecting, power-driven parents. But shocking to me, Jim admitted that he was not so good of a parent, which did cause Wyatt to perhaps spiral out of control, because he did. He's been down a path since first season when he was on drugs and just getting out of the rehab. And Amanda, she just couldn't take it anymore, their daughter, so she committed suicide. Okay, as parents, you have to be attentive, loving to your children. This overrides all the gifts, the money, and the nannies that you can provide for your children. They need love and your time, bottom line. Now, Catherine continues to defend her role as a parent. Jim was tired of the back and forth, so he goes upstairs to get some rest. Everyone seems to be losing it this season. I don't know what's going on, but everybody seems to be going down a slippery slope. Veronica seems like she's about to have a nervous breakdown, and I don't know what's going on with David and Erica. And we all know that Benny borrowed money from the Malones. So if he don't pay that money back, we probably know what's going to happen to him. Meanwhile, we have Candace at the hotel with Oscar. She is checking to see if he's alive or had a bad reaction to the drugs, or perhaps if he's dead. Now we're going to skip the scene with her and Gia because I didn't really think much of scene. I'm sorry. But Oscar is foaming at the mouth. I'm thinking, wow, he's dead. Perhaps he could be one of the characters they kill off this season. I guess we just have to see. Next up, we have Veronica. She was walking in on Benny and Melissa. The fight continues from last week. Melissa has been asking Veronica to put her out since season 1. Okay. So Veronica gave Melissa her so-called wish. She told her, you can go and basically take your boy Benny with you, because she is done with the both of them. Now, you know what? I've been asking myself, is Melissa even pregnant? Because Veronica hasn't taken her to the doctor yet, and we have yet to see Melissa go on a doctor's appointment since she announced that she was pregnant. She doesn't look pregnant to me. Now, was she just playing Veronica all this time? And if she was, I can see her being one of the characters that Veronica killed this season. I guess we have to stay tuned for this as well. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the scene with Hannah and Derek. Now, she has her makeover beautifully done in this first season. Up until now, they have had her to look more like someone's maid, which she was a maid. Nothing against maids. I have had family members years ago that worked as maids. So nothing against maids. Again, this was a beautiful transformation for Hannah. Now, she is prepared for her date with Derek, their first date. And their date went pretty well. Of course, the deacon had other things in mind after the date. But Hannah shuts all that down. And I don't understand, what is the rush to hop in bed? I mean, don't you want a man or a woman that can stimulate your mind? I guess not. In the millennial times, I guess. I mean, let's get to know one another. Okay, next, of course, Benny shows up. And, of course, nothing happens. Benny tells Derek, you gotta go. He needs to talk to Hannah. But before he talks to Hannah, she noticed that there is a shadow in the back. So, of course, that is Melissa. Now, can you believe Benny has brought Melissa over to their house, and knowing how crazy Hannah can be? Now, he did this because Melissa was put out by Veronica, and perhaps he feels bad because he was partly responsible. And now she has no money and nowhere to go. And she also explains this to Hannah. So Hannah went on to tell her to pick a room and get some rest. And Hannah goes to talk to Benny, asking him, is she your friend? Benny was like, nah, I really don't know her. So Hannah she assumes that Benny is sleeping with this girl, friends with benefits or non-friends with benefits. And also at this point, she realizes that Melissa was Jeffrey's to-be wife. Wow. We're going to see how that works with Hannah. Now moving on, we have David and Erica. They're asleep. Then David gets a call regarding Jeffrey's bail. So Erica wakes up, or she was pretending she was sleeping, and he's dropping, perhaps trying to get some information on him for Candace. Who knows with Candace and Erica. So she asks him, was it good news? And he says yes. And David confesses his undying love for this woman that he hardly knows. But I do think Erica is getting a soft spot for David. I don't think she's in love because they've only known each other for a short period. But we'll see. Hopefully she turns into a good girl. But right now, she's still involved with Candace. So no telling how that's going to go. Not much happened in that scene. So now we see Jeffrey. Jeffrey, he's in a cell with this guy. And this guy comes over to him and say, hey, how he got pulled over by a cop that was abusing his power to make moves on him. Then Jeffrey begins to put two and two together. And he was like, it must be Justin. Or could it be Justin? Now, I was thinking, wasn't Justin just confessing his dying love to Jeffrey earlier? This seems so disgusting. Cops really do abuse some. Hold on, let me correct that. Some cops really do abuse their powers to get people to do whatever they want them to do. The bribes would be for the people that got pulled over to not get tickets. But it's wrong on so many levels. Now Justin shows up and takes this guy out the cell. And that's it for that. And not too much happened after that, I would say. This pretty much wraps up my video. And I will see you guys next week for season 6, episode 13. And if you haven't already, I want you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And comment and share. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in future videos.